Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today, we are going to make a card that is definitely outside my comfort zone because I did all the coloring for this. And this card is inspired by Alice Masters Art on Instagram. She's an artist based out of London, I believe. And she doesn't do cards, she does painting on canvases, and she made one of these with canvas and paint, and I was like, I wonder how I could do that in a card form. And so I gave it a whirl. I did forget to record the very beginning of it because I kind of thought I would do like a trial run and then I would record the second try. However, when I realized how time consuming it was, even from the get-go of drawing the lines, I decided I was just going to go for it and record it and see how it turned out. So the parts you didn't see before this started was I did take a compass and draw a circle that would fit inside of a card, an A2 size card. So that's about a 4-inch circle. And then I kind of like measured where the center of the card was, or the center of the circle was, and I just kind of freehanded lines across it. And then I offset little squares going up it vertically. So up and down, I went opposite of each other, so they would be kind of like a brick pattern, like we know that a disco ball is with the little mirror pieces. And then I just start coloring and coloring, and like I wanted to make sure that I could get the lines to show up but not show up, kind of. I mean, if you look at her, I will link her in the description box of this video of Alice's page so that you can see how hers turned out, because mine does not look as amazing as hers does. But she's done several of them now, and I feel like each one keeps getting better and better. So I'm thinking that if I ever did this again, I could definitely make it turn out better. But yeah, so I did take a Micron 0.08 pen and go over the lines once I had drawn it with pencil, once I was sure that I was like okay with where the lines were at and I was coloring it in, just so that the lines would show up a little bit more. I don't know if that was the best move or not. And I did try to kind of, play with where the light would be and stuff like that. So the bottom of the ball is very dark. And yeah, I kind of just played with it. I know when I looked at Alice's after I finished mine, because obviously I was recording this, so I couldn't look at it on my phone as I was doing it. She didn't do it quite like I did with little like patches basically of similar colors. So I don't know, maybe that's what I should do differently next time. But in the long run, even though this took me, let's be real here, guys, this is an 11-minute video. It took me hours to do this. Like hours. So if you decide to do this, definitely tag me in it, because yeah, there's a lot of this that you did not see recorded. This is at double time too, so it was a very time consuming card. All in all, it was fun, and I think it like kind of kickstarted me out of a creative rut I had been in. So yeah, but I did use, honestly, I used my Prismacolor colored pencils on this one, and I used almost every single Prismacolor in that box. I think it's a box of, I don't know, is it 60 or something? I don't know. There's 3 trays in there, and I used almost every single one of them. I was very lucky to have gold and silver in there, which I was like, those are super awesome for a disco ball. I tried not to overuse the silver one because honestly, the silver one makes it probably the easiest, but it's not the most interesting. Like, anyone could have just drawn this basically all in silver and it would be a disco ball. But the different color choices, I think, is what makes it very interesting. And yeah, as you can tell here, I'm coloring and coloring and coloring, and it looks like I'm making no progress. That is part of the reason. And here I am just playing around. I'm going in between the squares with white because I wasn't 100% sure that I liked how the Micron pen was making the squares look. And there's some spots that I took that really bright greenish yellowish colored pencil and went in between the squares too, like over the black pen. So I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just trying to make things like show up better, because the black pen in the darker spots of the ball were not going to show up. So I had to do something different. That's kind of why the white ended up with the dark ones. I don't know if that was the best move or not, but when you see the finished product at the end of the video, hopefully you can let me know what you think of it. And hopefully you think it was worth my time doing this card for literally hours. But once I saw Alice's, I had to try it. Like, I was like, oh man, I need to figure out how to adapt something like that for a card, because it's amazing. Like, hers is beyond amazing. It looks so realistic. Like, if you didn't know that it was a canvas, you'd be like, no way. But hopefully that mine can sort of capture that in a card version. I don't know if this one will be the one to make it look as cool or not, but you know, this is a prototype. So if I decide to do this again, I have some better ideas and, you know, maybe a little experience under my belt, hopefully. I know that the lines are not exactly like Alice did hers, and hers were amazingly well spaced. Mine, not so much. Because I just eyeballed mine. Like I said, I didn't think this version of the card was going to be the one to make the video. But when I realized how time consuming it was, I decided it had to be the one to make the video, or my hand was going to fall off with all the coloring and the cramping of my hand. So yeah, I seriously spent one whole evening sitting at my desk just coloring and coloring and coloring. And it was fun, but I was like, my hand did not like me after that. It was moments like that I wish I was able to color with two hands instead of just one. But yeah. Yeah, like I said, this is not the whole coloring of the whole card, because that probably would have been like, even double time, it would have been like a 5-hour video. No, I'm just kidding. Not 5 hours. But at least like an hour. If I put it in double time, it would have been at least an hour. Because I did clip out stuff where I was like deciding what pencils to use and stuff, because I did try in the very beginning, you didn't see this part, but I did try to like group the colors together so that, because I thought, and that's what I kind of did, was I used similar colors together. Because my thought was that if it's reflecting in the ball, it would be, you know, versions of the same color. I don't know. Just from different angles maybe. But I don't know if that was the best call. But that's what I did. So I did like group all the oranges and the yellows together. And then I did like the reds and the blues and the greens. And then like the darker colors, like I did the blacks, or the black and like the darker grays and stuff like that for down at the bottom. And then like the upper side of it was kind of like the tannish, like ivory-ish looking colors, because that's, like I said, I was taking my basic idea of where the colors should be from how Alice did hers. So I kind of, in some respects, did try to duplicate what she did. But I didn't do it 100% like she did, partially because I just wasn't able to like watch her video when I did mine, because I was using my phone to record it. But here we go. This is where I clipped out a whole bunch of the coloring, and we're trying to finish it up now because, yeah, I had to just take out a bunch of the coloring. But I did try to, as I was coloring it, like you can see I'm going from the bottom to the top so that I could like keep the colors kind of separated and stuff, and just like take a break from one area and go to the next. But there I am like going over some of the lines with gray, because I realized after I did it with black that I thought it was too harsh with the black Micron pen. I thought some of them were too harsh. So I went over them with a gray Prismacolor pencil. And like I said, I honestly used almost every single, except for maybe like some browns and stuff, I used almost every single color in that box, which is pretty cool. Because in the premise of what I'm doing here, trying to use all my supplies that I haven't really used for a while, this totally takes the cake. Like, I literally used almost every single colored pencil in this card, and I was so excited about that. But, yeah. I feel like whoever gets this card, I hope they know how blessed they are for so much time going into this card. Maybe I'll give it to my husband for his birthday. because then at least I'll get to still see it frequently because it'll still be in my house. Maybe I'll take it back from him and put it on my display wall in my office after I give it to him for his birthday. But who knows? We'll see what happens. I'm trying to find a local charity that I can donate cards to. I'm thinking maybe the VA hospital or something, because I think that they have some resident patients there. So maybe I'll donate some cards to them. They would probably appreciate a fun, funky card like this at the VA. I think there is a nursing home, too, that somebody said that the activities director would appreciate having cards to give out to the residents. But yeah, like I said, this card, huge work of art. Or, I don't know, work of love, I guess. And if I did it again, I would probably do different things with it. But, yeah. We're getting there. All right. So here is the finished product. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Really, thank you so much for watching this very long video of making this cool disco ball card. Check out some of these other videos, and please keep coming back to see all the things we use from our stash this September. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.